Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So there are a few things that we need to talk about regarding our Madden 20 Washington Redskins franchise series. So yesterday, EA Sports dropped a pretty good patch, and in this patch, it upgraded a few things, but the main additions to the patch was adding X Factor abilities to offensive linemen. For some reason, EA didn't think this was important to add to the game before release, but I'm glad that they got it in now. So what does this mean for our current franchise? Well, this effect only takes place if you start a new franchise. If you're already in franchise, all of the linemen you have currently will not have any of the X Factor abilities. However, the players that you end up drafting, they will have X Factor abilities moving forward. So what does that mean for our franchise, and what do we want to do? Now, that is the purpose of this video. Of course, I want to get you guys' feedback, but this is what I'm planning on. It's a couple of options, but this is what I'm thinking of doing. Getting the list of all of the players in the default roster sets that have X Factor abilities, and simply editing them and changing them in the game so they could become a superstar X Factor player. However, the bad news is I cannot select the X Factor ability. I can only make them a superstar X Factor. So when I tested it out with Trent Williams, he became a X Factor but had no abilities. So what does that mean? I'm not quite sure if ever he will gain an ability, or will he just be an X Factor player on paper but not have an X Factor ability. I'm not quite sure how that will end up working in the long run, of course, because I didn't simulate enough games. Episode 17 won't be affected by this because that is already recorded, but moving forward, I think that may be the best bet for us. At least get some guys, see if they do ever get those abilities. If not, only the guys that we draft moving forward will actually have those abilities. Speaking of the players we draft, I'm not even sure if that includes the guys in the current draft class, because we're basically over halfway through the season, and I don't think, because these guys were already randomly generated, it would include these guys. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's the guys in the next draft class. So there will be two draft classes with no X Factor linemen at all. Then you'll have the X Factor linemen who we're not sure if they'll get abilities or not. I'm hoping that they will develop an ability at some point, but I'm not quite sure. Like I said before, we have one of those players on our team in Trent Williams at left tackle. He has the X Factor ability in the default roster. We will equip that with to him, but not sure what he'll end up getting. So this is kind of our band-aid on this for right now, because like I said, EA didn't think of this beforehand. Now that leads us to the second option. Well, not really an option, something I'm going to do at some point. I don't know when I want to do it, which will be a second franchise, right? So when we come down to the second franchise, the way it's going to work is the second franchise will be a fantasy draft. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I definitely want to get as many seasons, mainly just focusing on this Redskins franchise as possible. Once we start winning Super Bowls, we get a few seasons in, then we will start a second franchise and keep the Redskins going. The Redskins franchise is going to go pretty much the entire year. If we stop that Redskins franchise in terms of we just winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl and it's not that fun, I will stay within that world. I will just quit the job as a Redskins coach, and I'll probably just take one of the worst teams currently in that franchise. But that little world and that environment will continue throughout the entire life of Madden 20, which means we may get about 10 seasons in. That is my goal internally. I just haven't said out loud how many seasons we want to go with this franchise. But if we make a second one, I think it'll be a fantasy draft series. I'm not quite sure the format, if I just want to live stream it or we want to keep the same format the way it currently is. But that is basically my idea of how that series will work out. No idea though on when I actually want to start. So basically that is it. Just a quick video letting you guys know where I'm at in terms of how I feel about the update and what I think we should do going forward. Like I said, my suggestion is keep the franchise going. We're already, over the hump in season 2, going to finish season 2 hopefully sometime next week. And with that being said, kind of move forward, just knowing linemen won't get X Factor abilities probably for another season, and then you'll start seeing some rookies come in with those. But we'll give them a chance. We'll make some guys X Factors, and hopefully they gain some X Factor abilities. If not, I think it's just the luck of the draw and the fact that it wasn't in at launch and we started it at launch. I guess stuff happens, right? So you guys let me know you guys' thoughts on it. Do you think it's a good idea to go through and manually edit? If you tested this yourself and you know that they gain abilities, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But this Redskins franchise, we're going to keep going for a while. I don't know the date yet when we want to start the second franchise, but it's going to be a fantasy draft. So you guys can let me know what team you guys want to see us use. It's mainly just for the uniforms, right? Let me know what team you want to see us use in the comment section below. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Episode 17 in the Redskins franchise will be out tomorrow. Episode 18 will be out Saturday. But that is all that I have. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.